Please welcome a first time to our stage storyteller, Jerome Dabney.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Good, good, good. This is my first time, so I'm a little bit nervous, but talking about fate, and you never know what's going to happen in your life. Much like Don, I never had the pleasure of meeting my biological father, and so as I was growing older and starting to date and thinking about family, the one thing I wanted to do is I never ever wanted to be in a situation where I was going to be a father and not be present. I wanted to be present always. And as it turned out, life went on and on and on, and I never had the right moment. So I ended up getting older and older and never having children, never marrying and never having children. So later on in life, I was working in Las Vegas, and as an entertainer, and there were these two ladies from Oklahoma, and they were on their way out to Las Vegas, and it was one of the young ladies, it was her birthday, and the other lady said to her, listen, there's some shows that we can go and attend. Pick out one show, and I'm going to take you there for your birthday. Well, the show that she picked out was the show that I happened to be performing in. And I went out on stage, and I saw this young lady, and I thought, my goodness, what a beautiful woman. And our eyes connected, and we had such a wonderful connection. And it was really incredible. So I went backstage, and I told the fellas in the group, I said, listen, guys, I just saw the woman that I'm going to marry. And they're like, yeah, right. Everybody always says that. So after the show, I went outside the theater to try to find her, and I couldn't find her. And I was like, oh, I missed her. So I went back, and then I went back outside 5 minutes later, just to step over to the bar and talk to the bartender, and there she was. So I had an opportunity to meet her. Her name is Jo, and she's from Stillwater, Oklahoma. And so I'm talking with Jo and her friend Kay, and I'm trying to figure out, why do I know this woman? Why do I know her? Our eyes, just the whole connection that we had during the show was unbelievable, and I couldn't put it together. So I was asking her different questions about her past, whether or not she'd been on cruises, because I worked on cruises a lot, and nothing came to pass. So I said, well, I'd like to keep in contact with you if you give me a phone number. So she gave me a phone number, and it was a message number. She wasn't going to give me her cell phone number or home number or anything like that. So I called the message number, and now here's the thing. She had told me a lot about herself. She told me that she was a nurse and that she lived in Stillwater, Oklahoma, and that, and I'm thinking, Stillwater, Oklahoma, that's a small town. There's probably not a lot of hospitals there. I'm going to find her. So I found her, I did a little investigation. I found her, and I left her a message. She said, how did you do that? I said, well, you told me a few things when we were talking. And anyway, so we started talking, and she'd come out to Vegas and visit, and we started dating, and we dated and dated and dated. And I said, I love this woman. I really love this woman, and I want to marry this woman. And so I asked for a hand in marriage, and she accepted. And the one thing that I really liked about Jo was the fact that she had 3 daughters. And when she told me that she had 3 daughters, I was like, that is incredible. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, I was 42 at the time. I said, well, I'm 42. I've never been married. I've never had children. You have 3 daughters. There will be grandchildren eventually, right? You would think, yes. And that was just going to be the most wonderful thing in life, right? And so, as I said, we dated and dated. We got married, and we got married 5 years after we met. And so now we've been married now for 7 years. 7 years we've been married. And her 3 daughters, her oldest daughter, Tasha, has 3 children. Her middle daughter, Tamara, has 1 child, and her youngest daughter, Kayla, has 2 children. So I now have 6 beautiful grandchildren, right? And I was there for all of their births. I was there to bathe, change, be thrown up on by all of them. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful fate moment in my life. to have met Jo, her 3 daughters, and have these 6 wonderful grandchildren. That is my fate, and I'm so glad that it happened. Thank you.